Oh my god. Is that Peter Pettigrew?
And welcome to the fucking podcast. That's a secret. And even more. You know what I never did?
What's that?
What's that?
Never
Posted
tweeted?
this to Patreon.
Well, hey man, look.
Well,
this one right here is for the people that be watching this on the DVR when they watch it back. You know what I mean? They get like a little extra joint.
actually, I think this is streaming public.
Well,
Do we
what-
just?
what's
is
the
this
play?
I mean, like, I don't know, get fucked, I guess.
Is this like a fuck a dude moment?
I mean, yeah.
I think it's streaming public because
you
like the last one was streamed public and I didn't change any of the settings, which normally means that
it's a preview for if you pay $1, you can get this, but this is the one-time only deal.
Are you live right now, Christopher?
It does say that I am live,
Because I don't see it on the channel.
which is
no, we are live, but it's unlisted. Okay, wow. So it went unlisted. Okay, got it.
okay.
Let's
bet.
go.
It did go
fellers.
unlisted.
There we go. That's what
Good.
I'm talking about, baby.
That's the kind of shit that we like to see. And like that, you
So
know what I
what-
mean? Some people might ask, like Matt, why don't you restart the podcast then? Because of this technical difficulty here thing. But like, no one gives a fuck. You know?
Like,
I think
the thing that's great about us is that we do everything in one take. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we are one take Drake, as they say.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is 32, so I'm gonna put 32 or 33 maybe as the title.
Sure.
And then I'm just gonna go ahead and click the copy video URL, go to Patreon, and make a quick post about it. But like while I'm doing that, I'd just like to say that this is the Even More Secret podcast. And
It
how
is.
can you get the Even More Secret podcast, fellas?
Well,
You can fork over 100 measly pennies.
you can do that.
Only
For just
100.
$1, you get to watch 4 Even More Secret podcasts. That's an additional 4 hours of content a month for just $1. And if you don't do that, then like I'm sorry to say it, but you like Osama bin Laden has been passed on. His genes, his legacy has passed on to you.
His aura, some might say.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you've inherited Ted Bundy's soul incarnate, but that's exactly what I'm saying.
What did Ted Bundy even do wrong? Nothing.
Which one was he? He like ate kids, right?
I think he ate the. I
Oh,
think
no,
he
he
ate the
ate-
faces or like the livers, maybe.
Did he eat the kids or did he
Or
eat the
was that-
gays?
No, Ted Bundy was the guy who charmed like women onto dates, and then he would like kill them. Like,
Oh, that's not too
that's
far
some-
off from Matt.
That's some man shit, honestly.
Like low key, impressive.
Yeah, honestly, like that's kind of high key impressive. And to that point, you know, I just wanted to say I have come to the conclusion recently that women get attached way quicker than men, or at least than me.
I was about to say, like, you just realized this recently?
Well,
Like,
yeah,
'cause
you have
that's
to
like
understand
that's like a law. I don't know if you
Here- you have to understand, right? Most of my dating experience comes from Hannah, and we all know Hannah is not necessarily the type to get attached, especially not to me.
Jesus, man. Oh my God.
Well,
That was too
So-
real, man. Fuck.
you do
Yeah.
that?
Hit or
You know, the
miss.
more and just like as a quick aside, the more I watch Parasite, the more I'm like, oh, like I've also like I don't have emotions anymore. like
It took
like
me a
in
while to
Parasite, like
realize
the
that I
main
was
character,
emotionless.
like he loses like his heart or something, like he dies for a second, and then like the little dude like basically goes into his heart, and because he goes into his heart, like he loses
He alive
emotion.
now?
No, he's alive, but like he also like loses a part of his humanity.
Mm.
If that makes sense.
Mhm.
So like,
Which makes
so
him
he's
like way cooler. But like he also like then he'll be sitting there in class talking to his hand because his hand's a little parasite dude. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
dude, like what the fuck is going on? And then the parasite will be like, yo, like we should kill somebody or something. And he'll be like, no! And then like everyone in the class will be like and like his girlfriend will be like, dude, what the fuck? And he'll be like, move, cunt! And like
Jesus, man.
she gets a little bit of
Very
like, upset when that happens.
You know, you're acting very hyper and almost as if you had an energy source of some
Oh.
sort.
Jesus.
And but what kind of energy source? I wouldn't drink some store bought
No.
bullshit.
It
It was so nice of you to sneak that in, Chris.
Right, like and
Ah!
speaking of sneak, no, they ain't cutting the check for this podcast, so you know what I mean.
Shit, they might need to start, nigga.
You feel me?
Yeah, but what was I saying? Oh yeah, like girls be getting attached way quicker than dudes. Like there was a girl that I was talking to on, I think I met her on Bumble, And you guys know my deal. Like when I meet a girl on Bumble or Tinder or whatever the fuck, I try to as quickly as possible get it from Bumble or Tinder or whatever to a date, because like I ain't finna talk to you on the phone. Like that's boring for me. And like it takes me away from doing like whatever else. Like if I'm playing Celeste, I don't want to hear a text message go off personally.
Mood.
Like I'm trying to play Celeste. If I'm trying to watch Parasite, I'm trying to read some subtitles and pay attention to what's happening and shit. Like my eyeballs doing one of these, and so like that's my deal. I just don't like texting, especially not these whores. So I met this girl on Tinder. She seemed cute enough, like to go on a date with, and she seemed like a woman. So I was like, we were talking. I made her laugh a little bit, and then I did my thing. I said, you know what I'm saying, baby girl, you want to go out and get tacos and find out if we hate each other, whatever the fuck. And she was like, haha, that sounds great. And I was like, I know. And then, so I was like, I told her I was busy. This was a date planned. I think we planned it like last Tuesday or Wednesday, and it was going to be for the coming Sunday, after my photography event.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so we planned the date, and I was like, okay, we have our date now. I don't want to talk to you.
Sure.
And then she texted me like 2 days later, and she was like, hey, I want to like tell me something interesting about you. First of all, like I don't like the way you came at me. You know what I mean? Like that energy is odd.
Because what that comes across is like, yo, I had fun on the date, but like low key, you ain't that interesting. So like, what's interesting about you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was. So like, she's like, tell me something interesting about you. I want to get to know you a little bit better before we go out on Sunday. And I was like, bitch, that's what you go out for, to get to know each other a little better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, do you think this Chinaman is going to kill you or axe murder you? Like, no, like, you're going to be fine. We're going to a public place. Like, chill. But regardless, I didn't have a date for Sunday other than her. So I obliged. And I told her something interesting about me. And then she starts trying to tell me something interesting about her. And I was like,
and you were like, oh,
I
you were like,
ask. Isn't that crazy?
Because here's the thing.
Like, I was going to ask that on the date.
Because here's the thing, she only asked that about you so that way she can tell you about her. Because bitches, like, they just be wanting to talk about themselves. So she was like, all right, let me not come across as like vain or anything. So she brought that up so that way she can be like, well, this is what makes me interesting, Metthew, Chinaman James.
But also, I feel like if you're gonna go on a date with somebody, like, I feel like talking, like you know, I respect your philosophy, Matt, like for sure, because like you don't want to like say something stupid over like text and like fuck up the date prospect, or you don't want to like spoil any conversation. But I feel like a lot of people these days like at least talk a little bit before they go on a date.
I mean, I think
right?
the biggest thing is that like, because if you start talking a lot through text before you go out, then when you go out, what do you talk about?
No, I agree with you, but like,
Yeah.
you know, like asking like a general question, I don't think is like too, you know.
It's not that it's too. It's not like for any other person. I'm sure it's completely fine. I just don't like texting. Like if she wanted to call, if she wanted to have like a 30-minute conversation on the phone or something, that'd be much easier, and like I'd be able to be cool with that like way quicker than I would be able to deal with like her trying to text me all day long. Like that's like the reason I ended up hating texting is because of Alex. Like when I was dating Alex, she killed texting for me because like she would try to text me all day long and shit, and it took me away from being able to like work, you know? And so like because of that, I just don't like texting. Like me and Hannah, when we dated, like we didn't text a lot, and you know, then when we were together, like we were together, you know, like we.
It is refreshing
I mean?
when I'm like texting somebody or DMing somebody or whatever it is, however we're conversating, and then like she responds like maybe 2-3 hours later, and I respond like 2 or 3 hours, like unless it's like a conversation that we have to be engaged in and we're responding back and forth, like that happens. But for the most part, like if we're just like keeping communication, I guess, then like it don't really need to be an all day thing.
No, I feel that, and like obviously, like you know, my girlfriend who is sitting on the couch behind me, like she, you know, her and I text me, like we don't really have like text like worthy jobs and shit, but like you know, we sneak off a message every now and then to each other, but like
that would be fine.
Yeah, it's not like glued to our phones like you know all day or anything like that, which I think is I agree. It does take something out of like the personal part of your relationship for sure.
Yeah. And that's what I guess like it ultimately comes down to a fear of that happening again with any girl. And so this girl, I felt like that was a thing that was trying to be like happening. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which was weird to me because we hadn't even gone on a date yet.
Right.
Like, to be that attached, it was like, to me, it felt like this is the first time she'd been asked out on a date. And so she was like on my dick like a fucking, condom. And so
Jesus.
I answered her questions and shit. And then she started talking about her thing. And I was like, oh, yeah, I don't care. And I continued. I was at work too, So like then I was like working and then I forgot about the text. And then I went to bed that night and I woke up the next day. And she was like, I don't remember what this bitch said.
Like, guess not or something.
No, she wasn't that like much of a cocksucker. And she was like, so that was a Saturday. Our date was Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
She texted me on Sunday at 1:21, and she's like, just wanting to confirm tonight, 7 at J. Kogi. And I was like, I don't know why, but like I didn't like that either. I think I just ultimately like didn't like this chick.
Yeah, I was about to say,
I feel like you ain't like her, bro.
Yeah, she's just checking up to see if everything's still good. Like, hello.
Which, like, fair. And then this is what really got on my nerves. I ignored it, and she texted me at 6:17 asking. She said, "Sorry to bug you, but are we still going tonight?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
"That's a normal thing because you didn't respond."
You didn't respond to the first confirmation, so she's like, "Oh,
shouldn't that have been enough for her?"
Okay, so you know how that just happens? Like, that's me. Like, when you guys be hitting up the group DM and I don't respond, I just assume that if I don't respond, like, I have an objection to it. So, like, it should be Gucci, right? Like, be like, okay, we're doing the show at this time.
That's a fair point.
Right, so, like, that, and you be getting on me for that. So, like,
whoa. No, here's the difference.
I don't think there is one.
No, there is. Because a lot of times, like, you don't even like look like on the DMs, it tells us when each person looks at it.
Mm-hmm.
And you won't even look at it.
Sometimes you don't look at it in the thing. So
like,
you'll
look at
this
it.
Nigga just dead ass like said, fuck that message.
Like, you'll get your little push notification and you see it, I'm sure.
Right.
But then you just clear it. And I'm like, look, I didn't get any confirmation that you read that. Do you know what I mean? So like, that's why I'm like, Chris, hello, are we good? You know? But like this, like with this, if for me, right? For me, if I ask a girl, if I'm like, hey, just confirming our date tonight, and she doesn't respond,
then you assume
I'm assuming we're not. Yeah, I assume we're not going out.
Right. Also, you didn't want to go out with this girl?
No. Not anymore.
Oh, no.
She annoyed me.
Okay. I see.
I was under the impression you were still going out with her, and I'm like, just say yes.
Yeah. No, because like I was thinking about it. First of all, like I was at the photography event when she texted me that at 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I was working. And so the first thing on my mind, as I'm like consistently having to go around and take pictures and shit, isn't to respond to this bitch's text. But then, like, I also was like, actually, like, no, because this is the issue. She started reminding me of Weird Girl, who we all know. We know her as Weird Girl because she like essentially like stalked me and shit.
Who is this?
How can I quickly tell this story?
She stalked you weirdly, and then you ghosted her. Basically, is that what happened?
So I basically accidentally led her on right after me and Hannah broke up the first time.
Oh no, I know about this girl. You told me about this.
Yeah,
got it.
That girl.
Got it.
And then like that girl very recently still like was texting me and like saying like just like shit where it's like leave me alone type shit. Yeah, yeah, actually. And I was like, this isn't that, you know.
This was never that.
So like after I got that text message, I blocked that girl. And I was like, oh, it's so easy to block somebody. Like you just press the button. So then when this girl said, like, this is what this girl said. I told her, I was like, hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ignore you or anything. But like, I'm stuck with this thing and like this, that, and the other. I still wasn't like 100% certain that I didn't want to go out with her. But I also wasn't going to be back in town, like in time for the date, because I ended up having to stay longer than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, oh, it's all good, whatever, you know. But if you don't want to reschedule, like, that's also fine too. And I was like, I didn't like that either. So like, there's a lot of shit that I didn't like.
I feel like you petty Roosevelt right now, bro.
Okay, to be fair, that I wouldn't appreciate. Because like we already
no, from her perspective, I feel like she's catching the vibe that like this nigga don't fuck with her, so she gave him.
I feel like maybe if you catch the vibe, like when
Then
he
leave me
ignores
alone.
the first one, then they'll like
Well,
maybe
cause
just
maybe because
like-
y'all don't know each other that well, so she don't really know the vibe. So she's catching the vibe.
No,
but
she
don't
knew
know
the vibe.
oh no, the
No, she
vibes
knew
was certainly
the vibe.
there.
The vibe was sent. The vibe was caught. And she was like, but maybe not, and like ran back towards the
She's
fucking
like-
defensive line.
The
Like,
vibe,
Like,
the
the thing
vibe
is,
went
like-
up to the part of her
No, no,
brain
no,
for
see-
logic.
I'll defend this fine woman because the thing is, like, sometimes with some people, you just gotta be clear. Like, sometimes niggas ain't assuming, they don't want to make an ass out of you and me. So like, they just be like, all right, he ain't explicitly say fuck
Okay,
off.
okay, that I agree. If this is like I agree for like people who are good friends, you know, like sometimes you gotta confirm. But I feel like if it's just a random Tinder nigga, like
I feel like
who
it's
cares?
more so for a random person because if it's
no,
I
if
just
it's a
feel like, who
random person,
cares?
it's like who cares? Like if they didn't
like just
respond,
fuck
like
off.
there's so
Yeah.
many, like there's literally
Yeah, why do they troll people like for an entire episode one time? Remember that?
yeah,
Yeah,
like for like when
random
I'm talking to like 3 girls
Take
on
episode
Tinder
on.
right now.
Look,
So like this girl, like for her to be like so like a
And that's-
test at the hip.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. And
that's
for
odd.
me, it's like I'm a guy. So if I'm talking to 3 girls, how many dudes do you think she's talking to? Because
Yeah.
even if you're a fucking grenade on Tinder, like I accidentally swipe on grenades all the time. And if a girl sends me a message, I don't care if she's a grenade. I'm gonna take the practice.
okay, you know
I'm gonna
what?
start talking
We
to her.
Goddamn term.
need to bring the term grenade back. What a
Yo,
great
that's a
term.
great
Dude,
term.
I
love
I
this
love
show.
Grenade. Yes, it's
Shout out
fantastic.
Jersey Shore, bro. What a fucking
So-
iconic show.
So this is
I think. Go ahead.
so I was like, no, like it's not even like that. I just literally like I'm not gonna be back in town. Like, and I literally wasn't.
Mhm.
And I wasn't sure yet if I was like not if I was 100% done with this shit.
But then it made you
Right.
sure.
Then she was like, "Oh, I didn't mean it like that. I just wanted to give you that option. I really am looking forward to meeting you. Just let me know when you're free." And I was like, "Aye, aye, Captain, we'll do."
All right, Blink rating 0-10, go.
Probably like a 5. But
Oh,
like
nah,
for,
that's not worth it then.
but this is I mean, like, dude, I would have made it back in. If she was like a 6.5, I would have been back in time. I would have sped. You know what I mean? I would have done whatever I had to do. But then she texted me yesterday morning. I wake up and like I have to go to work. This text is at 7:58 a.m. By the way, I sent Hannah maybe 5 good morning texts in my life. Dated her for 2 years total.
Do you mean like general, just like good morning?
Like, yeah, any like a hey, like good morning, like have a good day, good luck on your test, like any shit like that. I'm not with the faggot shit. Like so this is what she texts me. Girl I've never met. She texts me, "Hey, just wanted to send a quick text saying that I hope you have a good day!" Exclamation point. Good luck with everything that you're doing. Smiley face with the fucking blushing. I was like, no.
Okay,
And I
now
blocked her for that.
that right
That-
there.
Here's the thing about this. I love this shit because if that was an 8, you'd be like, okay.
Honestly,
What, the
I'm
thing
a,
is
like,
not-
yeah, I would, but like low key at the same time, I would be a little bit like on guard. I'd be like, okay, like you're throwing out some Dominique vibes. Like that's what's going on here. You know what I mean?
That's weird, girl.
Matt, can I make a
Yeah.
request?
Sure.
From now on, when you're about to block a Tinder girl, can you type "you're pissed" and then block her?
Oh my god.
But like that, I just couldn't handle, man. Like I
Oh, that's certainly some different shit. If I may.
Uh-oh.
okay. Okay, so this brings me to the reason I brought this up. So I went out with this girl today. This is the first time I ever went out with an Asian girl. I met her on Bumble, like over the weekend at some point.
First of all, what was the
And-
first message to you?
Her first message to me was saying something about guessing my ethnicity or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Like a lot of. So I started randomly matching with a lot of Asian girls. Never happened before, but I just randomly over the
Well, you're
weekend.
kind, man. That's good.
I don't know, but yeah, but like before, never happened. Like,
Manifest what you know what I'm saying? You've been talking about it, like manifest what you want, nigga. You feel
I
me?
guess so.
The secret, baby. The secret.
But so I started talking to her, like, and she was like trying to guess my ethnicity and shit. And it was like we're having a fun conversation with that. And then I tried to, with her, this is what I did. This is the new, because all of the Asian girls, when they messaged me, they're like, trying to guess my ethnicity every time. I have no reason to message them because they will message me about guessing my ethnicity.
Mhm.
Guaranteed. So I was like, if I guess your ethnicity right in the first 2 tries, we go out to dinner tonight.
Okay, that's a good one.
A good play.
Right.
So she was like, oh, that sounds really good, but like I'm working tonight. And this is when I was in Manassas. So like, I guess this is the reason why I was maybe not going to take out the first girl, because I was potentially going to take out this girl instead.
You're a slut.
So
different, bro.
So like she was like, yeah, that sounds good, but like I'm working tonight. So then we picked a different day to do it. And we have a good conversation and shit. And like you were talking about, Chris, this girl, it was very refreshing because we've been talking consistently since, Saturday or Sunday, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like we reply to each other like an hour or 2 later, which is like my preference.
That's goals.
Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. I love it when a bitch ain't attached. Like, there's nothing better. Like, please cheat on me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Just like,
no, they're interested, but they're not like clingy. That's what you want.
yeah, exactly.
Interested and like actually like okay, I'm intrigued, but you don't want them to be like, please love me. I'm in so much pain.
Yeah, especially not after the first, like without even a date. Like that's what's crazy to me.
Sure.
Like when we're just talking, because then it's like it seems like you've never talked to someone, like on Tinder or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, so tonight was our date, and so we go out. We were getting pho, which is like Vietnamese soup or whatever. Like,
And then
ramen
after
and
that,
shit.
you got some pho.
No, but like, so we go out and like we're having a good time, and she was like,
Oh man.
I don't know, she was really cool. She was really smart and like different than I expected in some ways and shit. But like throughout the day, I was like, I couldn't tell exactly like if she was interested or not, almost,
Mm-hmm.
which was odd because like I knew we were on a date. Like it was very odd. Like it was a date.
I mean, the thing about like dating somebody that like you met on Tinder or something is that like they can be feeling you from like the profile, but then like when you meet up, they just might be like, I want this to be over.
No, that is 100% true. So I couldn't tell
which one
because
it was.
this is the reason why I couldn't tell. It was hard to make her laugh.
Really?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oof.
It was hard. It was hard for me to make her laugh, and like that's not something I run into very often.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't impossible to make her laugh, but it wasn't like most girls where like everything I say almost is like they're rolling on the floor. So that was what threw me off.
Also, like,
And then
it's a very common thing for a girl to laugh at like anything you say when they're interested.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
And
so funny. Yeah, please love me.
Yeah, basically. So then like we were eating for like probably like an hour or something like that, and then the check came and I paid it, and like the place starts getting really busy, which makes me antsy. Like I want to leave when
Same.
I've paid. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it makes. So I was like, hey, are you busy after this? Because I was gonna see if she wanted to go bowling or something, so that we weren't because you know what I mean. It was getting busy. And like they kept on coming over to our table, and she wasn't getting that.
Mm.
Like she wasn't getting that they were coming over to our table trying to insist that we leave.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the most annoying thing.
Yeah. that's not
That
good.
they did that, or that she wasn't
That
getting
she
it?
wasn't getting it. Yeah, like that.
That's not good.
Yeah,
It
that's
did make
annoying.
it made me antsy, but like I also realized I was like, oh, like she still wants to like keep talking and shit.
Yeah.
So we talked for like an extra hour with the check on the table, and I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure she's like interested because I'd have been out of there as soon as the check was paid.
Yeah.
You don't sit down there
Yeah.
for an extra hour after you've eaten and had your drink, like if you don't actually want to talk to the person. Get to know them.
Exactly.
So,
And if
So
you
then-
do, that's like you're odd. Like you're
You are definitely
certainly
an odd
Yeah.
one. So we
Yes.
get out, and then she's like, yeah, hit me up like whenever you're back in town and shit. And I was like,
to kiss from the mouth.
no, she didn't seem like that girl.
So you ate her ass instead.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what I was just saying. Next.
Exactly, yeah.
That is what I was trained to do in the school of niggatry.
Exactly.
Sure.
So
Wait,
I was
wait,
like,
wait,
yeah.
Wait, hold on. Xavien, what's a black name for Hogwarts that you could use for that?
Hogwarts?
Yeah.
I'll get back to you. I'll think of something.
like blank school of something black with witchcraft, and then yeah, that'd be really fun.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, get a good rhyme. All right, what were we saying? That sorry, I interrupted you.
So I was like, hey, do you want to go bowling next time? Because I wanted to go bowling anyway. I think bowling is a fun like date.
Agree.
So, am I lagging?
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
Okay, cool. So I told her, like, let's go bowling or whatever. And she's like, oh, I'm terrible at bowling. I was like, that's what's fun about it. And then, like, I told her, we'll figure out a time when I'm back in town and shit. And then we left. And I thought about texting her, like, hey, I had a good time and shit. But I was like, fuck that. I'm not with the gay shit. So then I just, like, went to my mom's to say hi to her real quick. And then I got on the road. And then when I got on the road, after like 30 or 40 minutes of being on the road, she texted me and was like, oh, I had a great time. Like this, that, and the other. Like, let me know when you're in town. It's nice to know, like, we have so many, like common interests. And I was like, you're to me.
Yeah, it'd be like that if I met.
Yeah, there you go.
You're to me. So then I was like, okay, yeah, she's interested. So then I replied to her text as we were talking on the show just
Same, TTYL.
Ugh.
But then she just said, I'll have to look up your secret podcast in the meantime.
Ooh.
Ha ha ha. And like, I don't know that the secret podcast is her podcast.
You might want to block the 2 episodes of me the first time I came to the podcast and we were trolling people on Tinder or Bumble. You may want to block those for a couple days. Just maybe.
Martin Luther's School of Bitchcraft and Niggatry.
Okay.
That's perfect.
I was working out. I had the Martin Luther and the niggatry, but I couldn't figure out what to do for witchcraft. So
I love that.
I like that.
Can that be a T? Can I get like the
I'm actually
Gryffindor styled like Martin Luther? Yo, wait, that sounds fuck.
That's low key fire. And then
we got some really good t-shirt ideas right now.
4 designs, right? Like you have maybe a pair of Timbs, a pistol. maybe an ounce of weed, and then we got to get one more. We got to get one. Oh my god! And then like a microphone,
like a do-rag, or
a do-rag.
We need hood names for Ravenclaw, Slytherin, Hufflepuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right.
We need like a New York Yankees hat or like the New York Yankees symbol in there somehow.
Right.
I'll work on the house names. I got you, bro.
Like how
dude, we have like really good ideas.
Like Draymond or something Draymond or something like Draymond something because Draymond's like a common black name.
That is the most black name, Draymond. Like that's
I think Daquan is the most black name.
I have an uncle named Demetrius. That's a pretty black name.
So black.
like you can't name a white guy Demetrius. You see what I'm saying? Like that doesn't happen.
It's crazy because Dimitri, most white name. Demetrius.
Yeah, you just add the US, bro.
Like you're either a sage in Middle Earth or you are like a gangster.
Yeah.
I met a white guy named Jamal.
Really?
Ooh.
I was like
unfortunate.
I was like, your parents named you Jamal. And they were like, yeah.
Was he like a white dude, like you're a white dude, or was he?
No, he was like, hey, how's it going?
Was he white?
He was a white dude. Yes.
But that doesn't mean that he's white.
I met his parents. He's white.
Damn.
Like he's from the mountains of Caucasus. This nigga is white. Like
oh shit.
This nigga put the cock in Caucasian. Like he's white.
Sure.
So do I tell this girl? Do I give her like a warning?
Yes.
Say, are you sure it's pretty raunchy?
Yes. For the podcast, you mean, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to like. I think you should say like something along the lines of like, it might not be for you.
I told her like it's meant to be funny, and she was like, "It's meant to be funny." I was like, "Yeah," because like I'm just gonna be honest with you, like not everyone's gonna find this comedic.
Yeah. Be like,
what kind of jokes are you telling on the date though? What kind of jokes? Like very like PG-13, PG, some rated R. Like what kind of jokes? Because like if you
I didn't
like
go very dark or anything.
Yeah, because if you weren't softballing her, you may not want to show her the podcast right away.
Well, I don't have a choice. Like she asked what the name of the podcast was, and like I'm tired of like when girls ask that and I tell them like I don't want to tell them. like then they always get pissy and shit. So like I figure what I was really trying out, what I was experimenting with was if I just tell them, will they shut up about it? Do you see what I'm saying? Like if I tell them about it.
And actually, it could be an acid test for like if a girl watches that after your first or second date and then like still is into you and thinks you're really funny, then she's in. Like she's actually a keeper because like she doesn't like judge you for shit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell her like it's just like it's gonna be like, hey, look, it's a
pretty offensive, like offensive comedy or something, or because
But I would, because like what I try to tell them is like, look, like you met me, like I might say things on this podcast, but like doesn't necessarily mean that like that's what I believe or anything like that. Like it's just to make 12-year-olds laugh, you know?
Yeah.
And most of the time that like they're cool with it. But like I think this girl might be Christian.
Like heavily like the power
like, I don't know,
Christian?
I don't know how heavily a Christian, but I'm pretty sure she is actually like a Christian person. So
she need to put down that body of Christ and put that body of Matt in her, if I may.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Cause she's a cutie. I'm gonna go ahead and say that, bro. Like if I catch
she is really cute.
If I catch you fucking up like here in a minute, I might snake you twice in the same year, bro.
Bro, let's toss her sideways together.
Let's fucking get it going, bro.
You want to hit the Eiffel Tower on her?
I'll Eiffel Tower.
All right, so do you want to ask her the question?
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
Hey,
what
Sarah?
happened?
Ask her the question.
Oh,
I feel like it's gonna be a me play. Like you see my hair. I feel like I'm getting this one.
I feel like it could go either. I feel like it really could be any of us today.
We'll see.
Hello.
Hi there. How's it going?
Popping.
Okay.
Can you get Johnny to move the mic a little bit closer to you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he can hear now. Okay, great.
Yeah. So we wanted to ask you a question. It's a question we ask a lot.
We have to introduce.
Oh,
yeah.
Sure,
hold on.
This is Sarah, the actual living meme, the living internet sensation from.
She's not the meme. She's responsible for the living meme. Like
fair.
Yes.
She was
far and away
drowning in the lake.
The voice behind the camera.
She was laughing at the person drowning in the lake. Distinct difference.
Yeah. A much better person. So we have a
like why are you laughing at him because he's being a dick to you that day?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have a question that we like to ask every guest that comes on the podcast. And the question is, this is the thing. One of us is indeed homosexual, and we like to ask which of us you think is the homosexual, because like we often get very very differing answers. So it's just
now babe, spoiler alert, it's not me.
So another thing to take into account is that do not worry about offending anybody, because it's literally not a thing. Like we don't give a shit. That's why we ask the question, because it's fun.
Yeah, some people would be offended by something like that, and those people I refer to as bigots.
Yeah.
And
we're
of course,
we're not bigots.
Mm-hmm.
No, certainly not.
Ooh.
So feel free to assess, the situation. See which
show.
one of us.
So I'll help you guide you through this. Okay, so Matt is wearing a guest shirt, so that's something to think about. Chris has impeccable hair, and if you,
I also have a rose on my shirt. That's
oof.
That's
rough.
That is flaming hot Cheetos.
And so from the light reflecting off of Xavien's face, he's an impeccable Neutrogena focused skincare routine.
Yes.
So
it does.
And by that it's soap and water, just in case y'all were curious.
He was saying impeccable skin. So you have something aesthetic in each one that you can use.
Like we could all be gay.
And in this moment, yeah, it could be anyone.
Yeah. I mean, I have pretty good gaydar because of my best friend.
Okay.
Oh,
this is gonna be
that's a good
funny.
point.
This is gonna be funny.
Max is gay.
Shout
Yeah.
out Max.
I mean,
Are you good?
Yeah, I think my computer just went to sleep. One sec.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Okay.
The suspense is.
Now, remember, Matt,
Okay.
Chris, Zed.
Okay. Honestly, my first guess probably would have been Chris.
Okay.
Only because you seem like you got like some nice hair flow going.
Yeah, I do.
Is that your final answer?
Oh yeah. She's gonna do. Are you gonna? You're saying your first answer, but then you were like.
No, I think that's my final
Oh, it's
answer.
final answer?
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's my final
Okay,
answer.
you're gonna lock
it in, guys.
that
Well,
answer in?
I would like to formally announce to you that you were wrong, and I am horribly offended that you think that I am gay. The real gay man here.
Who would be your second guess? That's the question. If not him.
I would probably. I'm not getting super vibes from anyone. To be honest.
Only for me,
Well,
of course. I might be gay, dude. Like people just been guessing. Like, I'm just doing something.
Dude. So I told you, Ali came over here. We were talking about the podcast one night, and like he saw one couple. He's like, "Ooh, who's the guy with the beard right there?"
Hey man, look,
Chris, I feel like maybe you should try your hand.
I'm saying,
like if I may.
I got options, man. Like I can do this.
Yeah.
Choice two.
Okay. I'm probably gonna say Zed then.
Yeah,
That is indeed
correct.
That is our
Right.
token gay man.
I'm the token gay and the token black, so I'm,
Well, there
borderline indispensable.
He is our body armor, really, for this podcast.
Oh, actually, while she's here, Sarah, can you tell the story about like how the meme came to be on the Max falling out of kayak thing? Basically, like how the whole thing came to fruition. Would that be cool with you guys?
Yeah.
I'd love to.
That's fun.
Okay. So basically, we were kayaking at Max's grandparents in Wisconsin, and he had been kayaking before I hadn't, and he went ahead of me. I told him to slow down. He wouldn't slow down. So then, I heard him screaming ahead of me, and I started rowing up to him, and noticed that he was in the water. And I had been taking pictures the entire time, so I just got my camera out and started filming it. The unedited version is probably better.
Really?
Mm.
I think so.
It's pretty raunchy.
It's pretty raunchy. Had to cut some parts out.
She said some questionable things, but it's okay. She cut them out though.
Yeah. But it lasted about like an hour and a half. I know people on our video.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Max is dramatic in nature, but I mean, he may have had a couple of drinks in him too.
Gotcha.
And yeah, it was hilarious, and people think that it was fake, but it was 100% real.
I believe it.
YouTube. Yeah. So I posted on YouTube. Within like a couple days, somebody commented on the video like, "Hey, just so you know, this is probably gonna take off. You might want to think about monetizing your video." I was like,
Yeah.
That's weird, because I just, shared this with friends and family. And then the next day it jumped to like 10,000 views.
Oh shit.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So clearly someone posted on Reddit or something, and that's how it all began.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So do you often like kind of have to like, I don't know, like pat Johnny on the head at night and be like, "Don't worry, like yeah, I am more famous than you, but like."
I have to remind him sometimes.
Yeah.
I'd never hold that over your head.
Yeah.
Like being in the lab all day making video essays. Like, babe, it's okay. You'll never be as big as me, but you can certainly try.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
That is great.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got him on the second guess. I'm glad that I wasn't your second guess.
wait, is there something wrong with being gay? Why would you not want to be accused of being?
No, I just have the most. I think I've
Accused.
I mean, he's wearing a guest shirt, so that's
Yeah.
not his case, but
Like I said,
People-
I'm not getting super vibes from anyone, so
Well, to be fair, we say gay, but Xavien is actually bisexual.
okay.
Yeah.
It's just
There we go.
easier to say that. Like,
Yeah.
it's more fun to like say that he's just straight up gay, or
Yeah.
like to say that one of us is straight up gay, and have somebody guess.
I got picked.
You did.
Yeah, there's a guy who's like a game reviewer, and like he's like, "Oh man, based on stereotypes, lone chemist, and then all three of these guys started just dying laughing.
Yeah, because like to
Yeah.
me, Johnny just looks like the most straight white male I've ever seen
Oh,
in my life.
certainly.
So I was
Yes.
just like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a little interesting, but I mean, go for it, King.
I'll do shit. Anyway,
Just because he looks straight doesn't mean I wouldn't
Yeah.
let him fuck me though.
all right.
Well, there it
Thank you,
is.
Sarah, I appreciate it.
Wow.
All right. Well, bye guys. Bye, Sarah.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, and I'm dumped. Okay, great.
Had to hit her with that just so she really knew. I'm
Oh,
coming for
man.
you if she fucks up.
Yes.
Oh man.
It's not a fuck up. It's a real thing.
Oh,
Oh.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You're at me.
Yeah. Man.
Like, if I was gay, though, I would kill the game, if I may.
That's what I'm saying, dude. My
Never mind.
Over,
I'm not
and
gonna make that joke
like-
2 times in 1 year.
He was like, ooh, damn, man. Like, who's he getting the beard? And his English accent, so it's even hotter, dude.
Like, I'm just gonna say this, like, ladies, keep fucking up, bro. You feel me? I'll get my dick sucked by a goddamn twink bitch right now, dog.
Oh my God.
Okay, like be real. Like, would you prefer to have your dick sucked by like a twink or like
Nigga,
dude?
a twink, nigga. if I was on the market, because
I feel like
I'm
he really like.
I'm the bear, right? Like, you know, I'm hairy. like,
Definitionally.
face. Yeah, you know, I'm big.
All right, wait. So Sarah, I was with Sarah and Max, the guy from the meme, and he explained to me all the terms of like the gay culture. So
Mhm.
I think I have this right. Twink is like a really skinny, like light skinned dude who's like almost like effeminate. Otter is like someone who's like kind of hairy, but like somewhat in shape. Bear is like someone who's a little bit bigger. Wolf is like a 50-year-old gray-haired man who's like, you know, like prowling and stuff. I think there's a couple more like animal.
Can
terms
I
that
say,
we can
as
get.
the gay here, I do not appreciate being referred to as animals, if I may.
I mean,
gay
you're-
people made the terms? Like I didn't.
I
make
well,
them.
them fucking faggots should have thought about that.
Yo, y'all really picked up the mantle after I 5-prong sealed the.
I'm gay, bro. I'll say whatever I want. It's just like saying nigga.
Like,
yeah,
you
me too.
good.
I literally said I'd let this dude fuck me. There's nothing gayer than that. Actually, you know what, Johnny? I'll let you kiss me on the collarbone. I'll kiss you on the collarbone.
Whoa,
In fact.
whoa, calm the fuck down.
Cosign.
And on the
Cosign hell out
fucking
of that.
forehead.
Okay.
I'm a faggot.
Wow.
Officially.
So you say
Welcome to the club, bro.
every single so you sing repeatedly on every single episode is like not like a meme. It's a Freudian slip.
Yeah, no.
Okay. It's good.
I've done that in case one day, like, I'm like, dude, I don't know, I'm fucking a tranny. Like, you guys should have known.
You know, like the one day you have to deep sigh, look yourself in the mirror, and go, "I'm gonna do it, huh? Today's the day."
Dude, okay, but like, I was at school, right? I got out of class, and class ended early, and I didn't, ironically, I didn't know for sure that I was going on this date tonight, and I didn't feel like driving yet. Like,
Mhm.
you know, if I wasn't gonna go on this date, I didn't want to go all the way up there.
Right.
So I was waiting around. I was on my phone, so I start swiping on Tinder, and I come across this chick, and I'm like, this chick's hot. And so I look at her profile, I start looking at her Instagram and shit, and I was like, oh, she's got armpit hair. That's still beat. And like, I'm like, all right, whatever. You know, she's like, I don't know, she looked pretty cute to me. I don't know, maybe if I'm like, whatever. But like, then like I rolled through her bio, right? And like it said proud trans woman. And I was like, what?
Ooh.
Like,
Well.
because she didn't look like a former hitter. You know what I mean? She looked.
And that's what we call correct me if I'm wrong, but it's called a trap, if I'm not mistaken.
A
No,
Venus
trap is
flytrap.
actually a trap is somebody who like if I dressed up as a woman and went out to a bar trying to get a dude to come back home with me, like I'd be a trap.
Oh, okay. So it's not just like convincing. It's not just being convincing. It's like you actually have the ulterior motive of like not actually proclaiming what you are. That's what the trap is. Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah, it's literally trying to trap somebody.
Okay, got it.
Like that's where the term came from.
Got it.
Whereas like it just like started getting used as a derogatory term for trans people.
Mm.
But yeah, also tranny they don't appreciate.
Oh no, for sure.
Yeah.
I was watching this comedian. He was talking to his transgendered friend, and they were like, "I don't appreciate when you call me tranny. Like that's offensive." And he's like, "I just added a Y to the end. Like, what's the big deal?" And she was like, "Well, how would you like it if I called you darky?" And he was like, he goes, "Well played, tranny. That's pretty good."
My favorite thing is like that, like, you know, colored people don't like being called colored people, but they like being called people of color. But like,
you have to understand they didn't pass English.
That also reminds me of when I was talking to some whore. I ended up like using the word female, talking about like girls. I don't know why. I usually don't say the word female, but I just said it. And then she's like, "What did you just say?" I'm like, "Oh, you know, females be tripping or some shit," whatever I said. And then she was just like, "That's offensive." And I'm like, I'm sorry. What?
Wait, to who? To who?
I'm sorry, you're quite literally a female.
And then she was like, female is an offensive way to say girl or something. I'm like, I'm sorry. Do you want me to call you nigga? Like what do you want? You want me to say? You want me to say male? Like I'm uncertain what's happening here. Like,
wait, how is that offensive? That's the most correct term you can use. That has no connotation of like, you know, girl or boy.
I think it's because like when guys say females, usually it's like this nigga be like, "Yo man, like fuck these females, dog. I be cheating on these females, bro. I'm stacking up these females." Like it's kind of like that, but it's like, that's like the science.
That's what y'all are though. Like I don't know if you knew that.
I'm sorry, am I spelling crass incorrectly? KRASS?
It's C, right?
I'm pretty sure it's C.
I'm pretty sure it's C as well.
Gotcha.
Or B if we blood it up, but
big facts. Yeah. I was listening to whole thing on the way to like up there today, and I was like, "Damn, this song really does hit."
What song is this?
It's
this. Good.
It's we made a project together. The last year being a secret project, and the whole thing is a song on there where all three of us just killed the game, if I may.
Like literally all three of us actually, like the whole song is genuinely, the whole thing, if you will, is really like a bop.
Yeah, it goes hard.
Like when you come on the track and you like, "You could love me, you could hate me, but you gonna know me. You gonna see me on the TV, claim that we was homie. Got no time for phonies, only music and the money. Holy matrimony, no ramen and macaroni, sandwiches stuffed with bologna. That shit below me. Fuck whoever come before me, open up and blow me open ceremony. I had to laugh. I just saw my. Did I get it wrong?
No, you actually got it like perfectly right.
That was all the words.
That's like literally the first time Matt has recited any of our songs, maybe any song ever, with the correct lyrics. Like that.
Because like normally somewhere he like adds like "suck a dick," right, you know, like somewhere.
And that's how you know he fucks with the song, because he knew the lyrics. Like that's actually crazy.
He knows yours. He ain't know mine. Exactly.
No, the reason I don't know your. Hold on.
It's because I rap fast on that song.
Yeah,
that's
it's
why.
like I know you be like. Better take a minute. Yeah, better take a nigga like a minute, Michigan. I don't give a fuck about the sound of what I'm fishing in. Second nigga fishing in. And I'm like, yeah.
I was rapping rather fast on that track. I won't lie.
Yeah, and then you're like, "What flow should I kill you in? I swear I can't be boxed in." Strong, some motherfucker playing cards. I'm a head part, you know.
You guys know Jake Hill by any chance? He's some awkward ass like white rapper on YouTube. You know Jake Hill?
I've heard of Jake Hill before. I haven't
heard of him.
He has this one song that like, I mean, he's not that great, but he has one song that just goes really hard. I think it's. Hold on, let me see what it's called.
The only thing I know from Jake Hill is he made some shitty song called like the fast food song or some shit like that, where he's like driving around with his girl.
It's called "Wake Up," and he uses like a screamo breakdown on the song, and it actually hits pretty hard. I won't lie. It's called "Wake Up." Look it up on YouTube. It's pretty sick.
There you go. From J. Kill.
He said, wake me up inside.
I can't wake up.
That's
Call my
Xavien
name and say, man. Call my name and save me from the dark.
I can't wake up. Okay, sorry.
That was not bad. Good impression.
Huh?
See me from the nothing.
Wake me up. Have you heard the goofy version of that song?
Oh, it's incredible. Oh, let me go. Wake me up.
Is that where that goofy picture comes from? That video?
I'm pretty sure, right? I think so.
The one where he's like,
that
man.
goofy picture is just so
it's great.
god tier.
That is the best reaction like meme ever.
It's
Like that is the personification of it really do be like that. Like that is exactly what he's thinking. Like he just got like cheated on 12 times. I don't know, just random scenario. And then he was just like, damn.
Yeah, it works for everything where it's like you're like upset where it's like when all your homies get 100s on the test and you get a 40.
Oh damn.
It's just universal.
Dude, that was the worst when they'd be like, yo, what'd you get for number 2? And somebody would be like 8. Other nigga would be like, yo, I got like 9.5. And I'd be like, yo, that's crazy. I got Abraham Lincoln. Like, that's, like that's crazy because niggas.
I wrote a 5-paragraph essay for that one.
Yeah, like I thought we must have been taking a different test because that ain't me.
Yeah, pretty dank.
Man, shout out school, bro. I'm glad that shit's over for me.
I ain't never going back to school, bro.
Yeah, fuck that dude named School. That's why I got finals. Here's the deal, right? I decided, you know what I'm saying, I need to pee before I went on this date today. So I went into the little used bookstore because I was like, fuck it, dude. I'll go in there and see if they have any new scripts because like I always pick up like movie scripts to read from the film section. And for some reason, when I walked past the bathroom, like I never look at the anime or the manga section because I'm like, fuck that weeb shit. But like,
of course,
I was in the bathroom and I heard Akira, 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 Akira. And you know what I'm saying? So like then I walked out of the fucking bathroom and I followed the sound of Akira, 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 and I followed it to these. That's right, Akira Volume 2 and 3. I have Volume 1, and I wanted Volume 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, I think. But they're $20, $25 or something.
Yeah, they're like $20, $25 each.
And I was just like, oh, that's just a whole ask, man. Like
the whole box set be going on sale sometimes for like 100, which is like that's a come up, but like
yeah. But at the same time, it's like that's 100. So
for some books, nigga, I don't know.
Yeah, I was like some books that like I ain't reading.
Yeah, like I'm gonna buy them and they gonna look cool, but like I ain't reading them.
Akira is long as fuck. Like that shit is that's an ask.
Like Volume 2 is a short volume.
Yeah, that's like short, but like that's a lot. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
The longest thing I've read is 1,300 pages, I think.
I found them, and they were only $7.50 each, and I was like, cop.
Yeah.
Cop.
You're like, get cop, nigga.
For less than the price of one of them, at the like comic book store, I got 2. I was like,
that's an easy combo,
bro.
So is the manga or is it like the script for the movie or what? Like,
no, it's the manga. So like the movie is like really a bastardization of the manga because the manga was coming out as they were trying to make the movie, and the guy Katsuhiro Otomo was directing the film and like writing the film while he was also writing the manga, and so like the manga is like way longer and way more in depth and shit like the way that the movie ends is like where the first volume ends.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And there's 6 volumes. 6, I think. Yeah, something like
I think it's 6.
But is it it's like a conclusive ending, no?
Like in the context of the movie, like it is like I've never read the manga, so I actually don't know like what the differences are. But like you can, watch the movie and then like you get like the whole point of what Akira is trying to portray.
It's
right, okay.
It's pretty fucking different. Like in the anime, like Neo Tokyo blows up again, and like the biggest difference really is like Akira like was a kid who like got experimented on, and he blew up the city again. But in the manga, he came back and blew up the city again, and then he ruled over the people who like survived.
That's lit.
And Tetsuyo, which is like the dude who gets superpowers on the cover, he is like his henchman and shit like that.
I see.
And
What's
there's
the
like a
one that's
whole
coming
bunch
out,
of shit.
I think it's Alita. I think it's the one's coming out soon. Alita Battle Angel or something like that.
Yeah, that looks.
Oh, Elite Battle
Bad.
Angels or something, right? Is that it?
Yeah,
It's called like Alita.
I
it's
don't
like
know.
some girl with like really big eyes or something like that.
Oh, that's the one where like they made her try to have like anime eyes, but
Yeah,
they didn't give it to
kind
no one else.
Oh, this
It's
looks
the one where, like,
weird.
It's the one where it's like in real life, but then like there'd
Yeah.
be like things that are just in the uncanny valley, like hanging out, walking around.
Yeah, I don't.
I never
fuck with
seen.
this.
I never seen this. I have no idea what it's.
They try to
about,
give
so
her
I
anime
really
eyes in
can't
like
comment.
real life. That's just not it.
But like the thing that's annoying about that is she's the only one who has that. Like they didn't even make it consistent.
Yeah, it
Nah,
would be
yeah,
like
that's,
that.
That's odd.
Some would
But
call that different.
Like, is that like a good anime? Like Alita? Have you seen that one?
I've never seen it.
I've never
I've
even
never
heard
even
of
heard
it.
of that.
Yeah.
Have you watched Ghost in the Shell, like the anime?
Yes, I have actually. I
Okay.
watched that one.
Really?
You said you haven't watched Akira, right? That one would be one to watch. That's a very good one.
So Matt gave me a bunch of things to watch. Matt told me to watch SAO. Matt told me to watch Kuroko no Basket. Matt told me to watch.
Don't think you're gonna like SAO. I'm gonna go ahead and say that.
Really?
I told him that. Because he was saying he wanted something with a cool premise, and I told him SEO has an incredible premise. And
It certainly does.
But just like season
It's-
2 and then all like fairies sucks basically.
Like it's fun for like 10 episodes.
No, yeah, I think it's pretty good for like 10, 12 episodes or however long that whole
I think it's
thing
14.
lasts.
It's
Yeah.
14, I think, is when it like does the thing.
Yeah, so like to me it's enjoyable until then, but I think you have to like anime shit. Like you have to like
See, because
Really?
I disagree, because like that was my first anime. Like,
'cause I was
outside of,
telling him, I was like-
Dragon Ball.
I was gonna say yeah, because he's seen Dragon Ball and like some basic shit, but like I think SAO was something that brought a lot of people back into anime or like into anime, and I thought the same thing with Attack on
Like-
Titan. So I told him Attack on Titan, SAO, and
I think
Kuroko.
for SAO though, like it's because it has like some anime ass shit in there. Like that's why like it could be off putting to like a normie. Whereas
You talking about like the rape shit and like
well, I was talking about like mainly like the fan service, I guess.
who isn't down for fan service?
I feel like normies aren't, but I don't know. Maybe you would like it.
Wait, what do you mean fan service? On what context?
Like
you talking about?
a big part of SAO is the relationship between two of the characters, and like it's like lovey-dovey bullshit like in an anime. I don't like to me. I
Dude,
usually
I
don't.
put Kingdom Hearts with Kyrie and Sora.
All
Come
right,
on.
but that's different though. Like what?
How?
I just
how?
feel like
Because,
how
like,
ways.
Kyrie and Sora are like never interacting, and like this bitch and this nigga are like doing lovey-dovey shit.
She's
like,
in my heart.
Not
In my heart.
not for a while.
Like stupid.
I mean,
Like it's like 7 episodes or something before they're
But they-
actually like into
but-
their shit.
but the thing is, like, Kyrie and Sora are like together for like 2 seconds in like Kingdom Hearts 1, and then like they reunite for like 5 seconds at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1, and then they just never see each other again. Like it's not like, hello, you good?
I dodged an incredible bullet. I told her like, hey dude, I'm just gonna be honest with you, like the podcast can be pretty crass and like it's realistically it's meant to like entertain teenage boys. So it might not be for you. And she was like, oh yeah, probably not. I'll still like click the play button and just leave it going on silent for you if you want to get the extra plays.
Oh, there we
Ooh.
go.
I was like, this is down, bitch. And then she gave me a podcast recommendation that sounds really good.
Well, there you go.
Because we bonded over like because she likes podcasts, but like she likes like weird podcasts, like not the one, like not like fun ones.
Dude, I heard a really fucked up premise for a podcast a couple days ago. This can be one of the last things we were talking for an hour, but like Dr. Death. Have you heard of that shit?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so as a person who's a scientist, actually this fascinated me. There was a guy who's a neurosurgeon, and basically he was a smart guy in medical school, and when he got to be a doctor, he just fucked his patients up. Like he was literally just like attaching random nerves and cutting things where you shouldn't be, like in the spine. And I think it was like something crazy, like 60 people that went under the knife from this guy are all either paraplegic or quadriplegic.
Damn.
Jesus.
And
This
they
is a
arrested.
podcast?
But no, it's like they're telling the story of this guy, and so I've looked into the premise and stuff. It's like fascinating, but like this guy, he had like I think it was like 5 to 10 counts per patient who sued him, and all they needed to hear was one story from a person to put on, like, have him pay amenities to all the people that he fucked over, like for, paralyzing them and stuff. And also he's in jail. I think it's like the equivalent of like 300 years, something like that. It's like crazy.
Man.
Jesus.
Yeah. But apparently it's like a really like interesting podcast. It's like very serialized. It's supposed to be really cool.
Yeah. I'm subscribed to like a ton of different podcasts, but it wasn't until pretty recently that I started branching out a little bit more and like, not because podcasts to me, like I didn't realize that people listen to podcasts other than shit like this.
Mhm.
Yeah. Transmission?
You're lagging.
Someone clip that.
This is a good screenshot right there. If you want to get a screenshot of Matt, go for it.
Don't worry, I got it. Don't worry, I got it.
He might be like dead.
I think he might be gone. Yeah.
Oh, he's
wait.
here.
There he is.
There he is. Hello, Matthew.
I hate my life, man.
Oh.
Are we
Yeah,
still on the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I was just saying, like, I didn't know that people listen to podcasts that weren't like this until like pretty recently, and then I started listening to like podcasts called like Hardcore History. I listened to one about like businesses and like it's like serialized to some degree, like, but they do a couple episodes on like Netflix and then like a couple on like Airbnb and like a couple on like this, that, and the other and shit. Like that's really interesting. And then like I have like one where they like interview a whole bunch of like directors and like just filmmakers in general, like in different parts of filmmaking, like people who are like editors, people who are like into sound design or like composing, like every aspect of filmmaking, which is really fun to hear about, like even in like the aspects of filmmaking that I'm not necessarily interested in. Like it's interesting to hear those sorts of
that one.
That one's called the Film Right Podcast.
Film Rag.
Yeah. And the Radio Lab podcast is really cool too. I started listening to Harley Morenstein's podcast.
Really?
Yeah, actually, like I'd listened to that since the first episode, but I think he quit doing it.
Who is that?
From Epic Mealtime.
That's what I figured, but I didn't know his last name, so I didn't want to. But
yeah, I think he quit doing it because the last one was in October. Yeah.
What was the premise of that podcast? Just like whatever.
It's called Fanboy with Harley Morenstein. And so like every episode, like he'll talk about a different like nerdy thing. So this one was called The Best and Worst of Star Wars Video Games.
Okay.
Next one is The Doom Marine is Jewish. The next one's Marvel Comics, the 90s versus today. Nintendo.
Matt? Hello?
Wait, what is that?
You know what that is.
You got it? Wait, you got it?
You know
So
what that
subscribe
is.
to.
Yeah, you know what that is. Preloaded, ready to go tomorrow at midnight. It's happening. You know what's happening.
That game trash.
Yeah, how pumped are you?
I'm so fucking excited, man. Like, I was playing Smash Bros. For Wii U yesterday. I'm like, God, this game fucking sucks. I can't wait for a good game.
Is it bad? Really?
It's not that it's bad. It's just that like, if you like some of the older like Smash games, like Smash for Wii U is like so like floaty and slow, and it's just. But this game looks so fast. Oh,
Yo, my favorite character is also the cheapest character, but I just love the character design. I think Meta Knight is the coolest looking character they've made like in years. I love
that's
Meta Knight.
interesting. He was Snap and Brawl.
I love Meta Knight.
Apparently, he's good in Ultimate again. So, shout out.
I've heard from like I've been looking at a lot of stuff. I heard like low key Pikachu might be like the best character.
I
in
hear
the game.
right now it's like Pikachu and Young Link. I think are like the best, the two best right now.
I've heard nothing.
I mean, you just not in
About this.
tune, bro. Like I could be keeping up with the Kardashians.
Yeah, like I follow,
bro.
I follow TK Breezy and I follow Moon. Moon retweets something like things about Smash all day long. It's like all he looks at.
I literally zoom right past them. Like I see things about Smash Ultimate for some reason, and I just like my eyes avert.
Nah,
Like,
Do you just not? Are you not getting the game?
No, I'm gonna get the game. I just don't care.
Gonna be me.
Like I don't know how to explain it. Like I don't even think I'm gonna be able to
We
play
should
the
all
game
play
or
on a
get it.
podcast one time. That'd be really fun.
well, maybe not
Yeah,
on
maybe
the
we'll-
podcast, but like we can do like an event or something for sure.
Yeah, maybe do that for the live stream event in December or something.
Ooh.
But yeah, I don't think either like Friday night or Saturday morning I'm gonna have to go see my dad. And like he lives, or like right now he's in North Carolina, so I'm gonna have to go see him. It's like 4 hours away. I get paid on Friday, so I have to go like put my check in
Right.
because like I could buy it right now, but like it wouldn't be good.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll probably just wait until I get out of work on Friday, cash my check. But the thing, I just don't know.
I'm
feel you,
excited
bro.
for Ultimate. I'm fucking pumped. I'm ready. It's time.
Like, why play Ultimate when I could play Celeste?
I mean, go for it, King.
Fair point. That's a fair point.
Are you getting it, Zed?
What, Smash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm
You have a
pumped.
Switch?
I have a Switch. I have a Switch, PS4, and an Xbox One.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Good
'Cause
shit.
all right. Last story that I have to go, but so I went to the casino with my friends over December break of 2017. And let me be clear, every time I've ever been to a casino, I've lost a tremendous amount of money, so I don't go to the casino. I'm terrible. I'm terrible at gambling. It is not a game of luck for me. It's a game of if I go there, I'm going to lose. So basically, like, I went there just like to be nice to my friend, which like me, my friend Nick, my friend Ron went there. So we're all getting cleaned out at the roulette table, like just getting fucked. We go to play Caribbean poker. You ever play that game, Caribbean poker? It's basically the same thing as like blackjack, but like you have like
Oh, okay.
5-card stud mixed with like Texas Hold'em. It's pretty fun. But basically, we all win the bonus hands. Basically, there's like a chip counter for like your bid or like your ante up, and then there's a chip counter for the bonus. We all hit the bid and the bonus at the same time. We all won our hands, and we all got like we broke even again. So like we just stayed at this table and we're like, fuck it, we won money here. My friend Ron gets a royal flush. I get 3 queens. Nick gets 2 pair, and then this random guy next to us gets like a straight or something like that, like something a little bit lower. We all hit the bonus, and Ron got the jackpot hand. He won $41,000.
What the
kidding?
fuck?
And because we were all there, we won our hands and we had the bonus. Like obviously, because Ron won the jackpot. Me, Nick, and this random guy walked out of there with $1,500.
What?
Jesus.
And honestly, like as soon as we won, the security guard comes like, "Okay, everyone, phones down the table. You can't talk to anybody." We're like they're like super like careful with that. But yeah, so now, when I got back to Chicago, I bought my Xbox One and Switch.
Oh, I thought
yeah?
I thought you used that money to buy your Canada Goose jacket you got back there because that thing's $1,000.
No, my parents took pity on me because it's cold in Chicago, and they bought that a couple days ago.
Gotcha.
That thing's actually $1,000.
Yes.
Can you put it on real quick?
Sure.
He's like, oh, I guess I can wear this $1,000 piece of attire.
It's apparently like the best jacket you can get. I mean, for $1,000.
It's very warm. I will say it's very warm.
Niggas in Chicago wear those because they can fucking bust a gap, bro. What the hell? You got hide a couple guns in that thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Damn, that is. I like it. It doesn't look that big, even though it's like a big. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice as fuck.
Yeah.
You look like Mark Wahlberg in Four Brothers right now.
Facts.
Like I went to a Nordstrom and they had them there and I was like, I mean, I got to because you could just try them on. I was like, I got to. But
Nordstrom got good shit.
I
man.
put it on like this. So I'm like, this shit is $1,000. If I so much as break a button, I'm fucked. So I put that shit on. I'm like, damn, this is nice. I put that shit right back. And I'm like, all right, where the $40 jackets at? Let me get this come up.
I got a coupon for those.
Bring the mic. I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. It's like I will say it's like I don't like to I hate the emblem because it makes me feel like a fucking basic bitch. But I will say it is the warmest jacket you'll ever probably get. Like,
let me just say, you're not a basic bitch for wearing $1,000 jacket because no one else can afford it.
That's not true. Everybody has these. Like when I went to New York, I saw them.
$1,000 jacket?
Yeah, before a few years ago, it'd be North Face everywhere. It has gotten replaced by Canada Goose. Like I saw, like literally almost every person in New York City when I went to Anime NYC had a Canada Goose on. It was actually alarming.
It's $1,000. That's
niggas out here complaining about minimum wages and shit, bro. Fuck out of here.
Like, dog, because me and Lotus, because we know about like fashion and stuff like that, we're looking around, we're just like, how many are we gonna? It got to a point where we just stopped pointing them out because we saw them so frequently. literally everywhere.
Especially in the East Coast too. Like they're massive in the East Coast.
It's everywhere, dog.
Everywhere.
I couldn't imagine in a million. I will walk outside in a t-shirt before you have me in $1,000 jacket, man.
Right. It's crazy, but it is what it is.
Thank you for watching the Even More Secret Podcast, episode 32 or 33. I'm really not sure. Quite frankly, it could be 34. But I appreciate you watching. Thank you. Appreciate your
69.
patronage. And we will see you guys next week. Love ya. Appreciate ya. You're a great guy. Love ya.